Well. Here we are to watch the almighty Cabo Verde take on the plucky underdogs, Uruguay. Both teams coming off a draw. Cabo Verde, as expected, got a 0-0 draw with Spain. Very even game between the two teams. And then Uruguay did well to get a 1-1 draw with Saudi Arabia. They even scored a goal. All right, no, I'm kidding, but it's going to be a fun game. I had some extra time. I finished the Turkey preview today, so that will be out first thing in the morning tomorrow. So now we're going to watch. Can Cabo Verde pull another upset? Uruguay did not look very convincing against Saudi Arabia, and while many other big teams that didn't look convincing in their first game looked a little better in the second game, I don't know if this Uruguay team under Marcelo Bielsa has that in them. How are you guys doing today? Jonathan says, so do we want Belgium to not win their group so we don't play them in round of 16? I mean, look, guys, I think we have to play Belgium or somebody sooner rather than later. The other thing that people are not considering is if you don't play Belgium, then you play another team that by rights deserves to be there. If they manage to beat Belgium, and they still have to win their round of 32 game too. So we have to stop underestimating people and saying, I don't want to, play this team, would rather play this team. Remember, Italy did that when Bosnia beat Wales, and Italy was like, yeah, let's go. Now we get to play Bosnia instead. And then what happened? You have a massive upset there. So look, if Egypt or Iran ends up getting out of this group ahead of Belgium and then beats their team in the round of 32, they're going to be very tough to play. So I don't think we should be like celebrating that Belgium may or may not top their group. I think whoever tops that group and gets to the round of 32 and then wins and gets to the round of 16 deserves to be there. Also, we have not won our round of 32 game, right? We got to stop acting like we are this huge force, right? Like look, it's been a good start, right? It's been a great start to the World Cup. But the minute we get cocky and start acting like the round of 32 is just, a given if we place Bosnia, it's not. Nothing is a given at a World Cup, guys. We can't start looking too far ahead. Let's keep taking this one game at a time. Let's win the game we have to. Let's focus on Turkey, and then we'll focus on whoever we get next, whether that's Bosnia or Qatar or somebody else. And then you win that game and you keep going, hopefully, right? But we haven't done that yet. So looking at the round of 16 right now feels foolhardy to me. I think we should focus one game at a time. Focus on Turkey. Let's get that done. Great. When we do that, let's face whoever we're going to face in the round of 32. Let's focus on getting 3 points. If this is our golden generation, expectations are appropriate. That's fine. But celebrating a group stage win from somebody else because there will be an easier team to face in the round of 16 if we get there seems premature. Because they might be an easier team on paper, but if they're in the round of 16, they're not going to be an easy team, right? Like, we got to take this one game at a time. That's just my opinion. Do what you want, though. Uruguay's already crying. Let's do the starting lineups. Here. What are you guys up to today? Everyone's done with work, or any of you still at work? Okay, so here's the starting lineups. For Uruguay in a 4-3-3, it's Muslera in goal. He's the Estudiantes goalkeeper, 40 years old, same age as Vozinha, the Cabo Verde goalkeeper. Their back line is, I'm guessing, South American and North American based. Yes, Guillermo Vieira from Flamenco, Sebastian Cáceres from Club America, Matias Oliveira from Napoli, and Juan Sanabria from Real Salt Lake. Their midfield is good. Manuel Ugarte from Man United, Rodrigo Bentancur for Tottenham, and of course Federico Valverde from Real Madrid. Then they've got Maxi Araujo on the left. They've got Agustin Canobio on the right. And up top is Federico Viñas. As for Cabo Verde, you've got Vozinha in goal. from the Portuguese second division team of Chavez, also 40 years old. He's going to be, one to watch today. I'm sure he's going to be busy. Steven Moreira of Columbus Crew. I didn't realize he played for Cabo Verde. All right. Then they've got Roberto Lopez from Shamrock Rovers. That's an Irish league team. Dine Borges from Albatay. I don't know. I think that's the Saudi league. Trabzonspor in Turkey. That's Sidney Lopez Cabral is their left back. And Kevin Pina from Krasnodar is their defensive midfielder. It's going to be very defensive for all of them, though. Jamiro Montero from Pek Zwolle in the Eredivisie. Telmo Arcanjo from Vitória de Guimarães. I think that's the Portuguese second division. Ryan Mendes is on the right. On the left, they have Gary Rodriguez from Apollon Limassol. I'm guessing that's Cyprus. And then up front, they have Gilson Benchimol from Akron Togliatti. I don't even know where that is, guys. All right. Damn, Uruguay fell off so hard. Jacob Ramirez says, Pete, stop thinking and start being delusional. I can't, guys. I have two sides of my brain. Believe me, I have a delusional side of my brain too. That's like, yeah, this is it. This is our year. Everyone's healthy. We can do this. We'll get some luck. If we have, let's make a semifinal. Let's go. Believe me, I have that voice in my head, right? Like all of us do. We want the U.S. to be good. This is the moment, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then I have the analyst in me too, right? And the analyst in me tries to look at things as objectively as possible. So I have both sides. Believe me, I have both sides. In your Turkey preview, did you recommend / predict a starting lineup? Yes, I did what my starting lineup was and then what I think Pochettino's starting lineup would be. Don't worry, be hard. That sounds like a great anthem for you, Jeff. A great anthem for you. We've been burnt too many times, LOL. Yeah, but it's also not just being burnt too many times. It's taking a look at our roster. And I think this roster, the starting lineup is built to go as far as we can. But injuries, bad luck, so many things can happen that get in the way from going us as far as we want to go, right? Which in an ideal world would be the semifinal. I mean, a semifinal, guys, would be a miracle. A miracle. Quarterfinal is more realistic. If we stick together, if we play as a team, if we get a little bit of luck, a quarterfinal is realistic at this point. This Belgium, even if we face Belgium in the round of 16, I think we can take this Belgium team. They haven't looked good. And then they've lost now Doku, who's going to be gone for his child's birth. He wasn't there today. We'll see how long he's gone for. But, I don't think we should be scared of Belgium. I think whether it's Belgium or somebody else, it's going to be a worthy opponent in the round of 16. So let's go. But to start looking too far ahead and being like this, we don't even know who we're going to face yet. Anybody who we face in that round of 16 deserves to be there. They didn't get lucky. They got out of their group. They beat one opponent, and they're going to be a good team. All right. This game should be starting any minute now. What are you guys doing today? Oh, wait. There's no work today. It's a Sunday, right? Yeah, today's a Sunday. Nobody had work. Belgium invented moles frites. I don't think they did. Or maybe you're right. Maybe they did. Moles frites. Doesn't that sound Spanish? What is moles frites? Oh, yeah. Happy Father's Day to all the dads in the chat. Moles frites. And all the sons, which I guess is all of us. Moles frites is a classic dish from Belgium and northern France featuring steamed mussels served with French fries. Often considered Belgium's national dish. Do you guys like mussels? I don't know if I've ever really had mussels. I think I've mostly had, I've had clams and oysters. I prefer clams, to be honest. Oysters, Yes, Pete, you need a dad to exist. Yes, you do. My dad passed away a few years ago. So wherever you are, Dad, happy Father's Day. Pete, how's it going? Just watching your stream while eating a burrito from Chipotle. Nice. Which one did you get? French fries were invented by Belgians, if you believe the lore. I did not know that. They're delicious in a butter white wine sauce. Wow, guys, is the game hasn't even started and we're already talking about cuisine. They eat them with mayonnaise. Yeah, they eat French fries with mayonnaise, which can be very good. Not pure mayo, but like a mayo sauce, kind of like a ranch. It's a pretty decent dip for French fries. Oh, thank you guys. No, that's all right. I mean, it was in 2020 during COVID, so it's been some time now. It's been 6 years. But obviously, never. It sucks losing your dad when you're as young as I am, for sure. Most people get their dad until they're in like 50s or 60s. But unfortunately for me, that is not the way God planned for things to go. Anyways, game is kicked off here. Come on. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really rooting hard for Cabo Verde today. I think that Marcelo Bielsa has this team. This team under Marcelo Bielsa has not really bought in. And it's classic Bielsa, right? He starts off very well with teams, but sooner or later, the incredibly demanding style of play that requires the most intense buy-in from the team can become very damaging and can really wear down on the players. And I suspect that's what's happening with Uruguay. My dad died in 2018 when I was 9, so I'm feeling you, Pete. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Nate. 2018, you were 9. That means you're just 18 years old, right? Not even. You're 17. Dang. Are you tracking the Pulisic to New York City FC rumors? I saw that, but I don't know if I believe it, to be honest. What player we can't afford to lose? I would say Richards. No replacement, and he has great hair. Yeah, Richards at this point. I mean, look, you could argue we didn't have Pulisic against Australia, and we still managed to find a way to win. Admittedly, we didn't look as good as we did with him there. But you're right. Chris Richards is 100% our most important player that we cannot afford to lose. 100%. 100%. I'd say he's first. I'd say second is Fowler and Balogun. Even though we have Pepe and Wright, they're not at the same level as Balogun. So I would say Balogun would be second, and then Pulisic would be third. Actually, I'd even argue Tyler Adams. Because if not Tyler Adams, you're going to put Berhalter or Roldan there. I actually put Tyler Adams second after Richards. I go Richards, Adams, then Balogun, and Pulisic. My dad died in 1989. Oh, wow. Berlin Americana. I'm sorry to hear that. That was a long time ago. I was 2 years old in 89. So far, Uruguay are keeping a 0-0 draw with Uruguay, Cabo Verde. Admittedly, it's 3 minutes in. Oh, nice little foul early on. I'm glad to see all the crying Aussie comments after we won. Guys, I don't know, man. This whole game and everything after it has really changed my opinions about the Aussies. So many of their fans are so whiny and bitchy. Instead of putting their focus where it should be, which is we got to go now and beat Paraguay or at least get a draw, they're still crying about the U.S. Somebody said today on Twitter that the most embarrassing game in Australia's history was this loss to the U.S. Why are Aussies all of a sudden acting like they're Brazil or Argentina or Spain or France? You're Australia. You've never been anything more than a round of 16 team. Sometimes you're lucky to get out of your group and sometimes you're not, but you never make it past that. Who are you? The U.S. was the favorites before the game. This was actually not embarrassing. I thought Australia played well. They did what they do. They defended hard. They made our lives difficult. They got a little too physical at times. But you lost to the team that everyone expected you to lose to. Why are you acting like that's an embarrassment? If I'm Australian, I'd be proud of the team. They put up a good fight. They made our lives very difficult, and they didn't go down without a good fight. Congratulations. Good for you. Instead, they're crying like getting beat by the U.S. was some national disaster. What? No, it was business as usual. The last time Australia beat the U.S. was in 1992. Since then, we've had 1 draw and 3 wins. Come on, guys, that we are not the same. We are not the same. Jonathan says, if Pulley is fit, play him for the last 10, 15 minutes versus Turkey. So I'll bury the lead a little from my preview. I would bring on Christian Pulisic for maybe the last 30 minutes if he's fit to play, but I wouldn't start him. It's not worth risking him getting an injury. I just don't think it's worth it. You want him to be, game fit and game sharp for sure, which is why I'd give him 30 minutes to kind of get a feel of the game again, but I wouldn't start him. I think it's too much of a risk if he gets hacked or gets injured and he's out for the rest of the tournament. Our chances decrease dramatically. These kangaroo bums have lost to Bahrain less than 2 years ago, by the way. Yeah, they're not all that. They're not all that. He needs to play to stay sharp. Yeah, but if he's in training all week, he's going to be sharp. That's why I'd give him 20, 30 minutes. Here comes Uruguay. No, he got the ball. Corner for Uruguay. I mean, even the Canadians have been nicer to us than the Aussies. They have a serious problem. Yeah, the Canadian fans have been fine at this World Cup. They've been fine. They've been enjoying their team. They got a solid 4 points, likely to get out of their group. Let's see how they look against Switzerland, right? That's going to be a tough test because Switzerland are not qualified yet either. They also only have 4 points. So it's going to be Canada and Switzerland duking it out for probably a spot. Now, if Switzerland beats Canada and Bosnia beats, actually, no. If Switzerland beats Canada and Bosnia beats Qatar, Canada still goes through because they drew on head-to-head. So then it goes to goal difference. And Canada's goal difference is +6. Bosnia's goal difference is like -3. Yeah, so that either they would have to hope for Switzerland to thump Canada, which I don't think is going to happen, and they would also have to thump Qatar. And even then, it might not be enough. But let's see. Qatar could also beat Bosnia. Who knows? I doubt it, but they could. All right, so Uruguay, as expected here, having a lot of the ball. And Cabo Verde, as expected, playing in a very deep block. The thing about Bielsa's system is that it's sometimes not great against deep blocks because it relies so much on pressing and counter-pressing. But the opponent doesn't have much of the ball. So you can't really press when Cabo Verde just lets you have the ball. You've got to go and break them down. And sometimes Uruguay, especially Bielsa teams, they sometimes struggle to break teams down when it's not in transition. They're usually good in transition, but they're usually not great when it comes to breaking teams down in the course of the game, right? Through possession. Any updates on Pulley injury? No updates as far as we know. I'm pretty sure he's going to be fit for Turkey. He was close against Australia. So with another 6 days, I would be very surprised if he's not available for Turkey. But like I said, I wouldn't start him against Turkey. I just don't think it's worth the risk of aggravating his injury. Here comes Uruguay. Down the line. Cross. Cleared. Ooh. Got his head down low. Spicy Jeff, I know it's Cape Verde in English. In Portuguese, which is, their language, it's Cabo Verde. So it's just a difference of saying it in English or in Portuguese. But the nation is known as Cabo Verde. We say Cape because we speak in English. Would you start Reina versus Turkey? Yes. Yes, I would start Gio against Turkey for sure. Pete, on illegal stream, can you please give me minute count? 9:20. Okay, I'm on 9-14, 9-15, 9-16, 9-17, 9-18, 9-19, 9-20. Just curious, why did you pick this game to do a watch along out of all of the games today? So, Christian, I had to do the Turkey preview today. I wasn't actually going to do any stream today. Uruguay in behind. Darwin Núñez heads. Shot from distance. Wide. So basically I finished the Turkey preview and I had a little bit of extra time, so I thought I'd hop on and do the live stream for you guys. I wasn't going to do it, but I figured, one stream is better than no stream. Devonta Jones, would you give Pulley minutes versus Turkey? Yes, I would, but probably not more than 20 or 30. Not more than 20 or 30. Wait, Darwin Núñez isn't playing? I thought it said he was. Yeah, you're right. Darwin Núñez is not playing. What was I saying? It's Valverde. That was Verde and Viñas. Where is Darwin Núñez? Is he on the bench? Yeah, he's on the bench. Darwin Núñez is on the bench. My bad. Sorry, guys. Who's your starting 11 versus Turkey? All right, I'll bury the lead for my preview, but you have to promise me you're going to go watch the preview regardless. Go watch the whole 14-minute preview when it comes out tomorrow morning. My starting 11 would be Matt Freese in goal, Cabo Verde clear, back in, heads out. A lot of head tennis going around in the Cabo Verde box right now. They get it out. Counter. Imagine if they score a goal. So Matt Freese in goal. Back three of Joe Scally, Mark McKenzie, and Austin Trusty. I'm going to play a 3-5-2. Midfield trio would be Sebastian Berhalter, Brendan Aronson, and Gio Reyna. And the wing backs would be Arfson and Weah. And then my front two would be Pepe and Haji. That would be my starting lineup. I don't think that's what we're going to see, though. I think Pochettino is going to give us both Christian Roldan and Miles Robinson, which Turkey should have fun with that. If you can't beat us with Miles Robinson and Christian Roldan and Berhalter and Arfson on the field, wow, you are down bad. David Milan, Pete just joined the stream. Have you talked about the consequences of Iran drawing with Belgium? Things seem to be shaping up for a deep USMNT run. I understand that people are excited, and you're looking ahead at the matchups and potentially going, ooh, we could beat Iran or we could beat Egypt. But keep in mind, if either of those teams top their group and then win their round of 32 game, that isn't going to be a gimme game by any means. They're going to be very tough teams to play against. I just think we have to be careful with being like, oh yeah, check, that's Iran, we can beat them. Sure, we can. Nothing is guaranteed though. And, I know we're not the players, but I just think we have to take this one game at a time, right? We'll see what happens after. We also have to win our round of 32 game as well, right? Like, you take your eye off the ball for half a second and boom, somebody else has scored on you. Our defense is still questionable at times, right? There's still concerns. Like, I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves, but obviously as a fan, you're going to be looking, oh no, here comes Uruguay. Shot, dragged it wide. Yeah, Iran against the US is going to be such a politically charged game that, it could be not about the soccer at all, right? Like, there's anybody, and anybody who makes it to the round of 32 is a good team, or a round of 16 is a good team. They've gotten out of their group, they've beaten one opponent. There's going to be no gimmies there. Damn. Drag that wide. He's got to at least put that on target. We must be delusional. You can be delusional, Jacob. Be delusional all you want. I'm just giving you the way I'm taking this tournament and the way that I see it, right? I see this one game at a time. Let's get the job done and then focus here, because a lot of things can change, right? Let's see. You know Trump will attend a USA versus Iran game. Oh, please don't. Please don't. That's why I don't want to face Iran, because I do not want that game to become about everything except soccer. To me, soccer is it's an escape from politics. And I know soccer has links to politics and is inherently political in most of the world, and has so much history behind it. Like the Rangers and Celtic fans hate each other because of a difference in religion, the Catholics versus the Protestants, for example. But I want this World Cup to be about soccer bringing people together, right? I want it to be about many people around the world, including a lot of us, do not like our governments, right? They're incompetent to say the least and downright evil at the worst. And so soccer is a way to get away from all of that and make it about the joy of the people, right? The beautiful game. That's a global language, soccer. And that's what I want this World Cup to be about. And if the USA-Iran is going to be so politicized the way it was last time, remember? But even more so now. And I just think it's going to completely take away from the spirit of the game. The World Cup has never not been political, Pete. No, I agree. There's always been politics attached to it. But I don't want it to be any more political than it absolutely has to be. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't enjoy the nonstop daily coverage of politics where it's just like, what did they do now? Or, this guy's bad, or go this guy. It's just become, when I'm online, I see so much division in America across political boundaries, across ideological boundaries, across, race and gender and so many things. And I feel that online. But then when I go outside and talk to people and make friends, what I really see is most people just are normal. And it's been so nice to talk to people about the World Cup and soccer without it being about politics. And now the Iran game, it's going to be nothing but politics. It's not going to be a soccer game. It's going to be a political game. I mean, the soccer game will still be a soccer game, but the warm-up, the pre-game, the week leading up to it, the days afterwards is going to be so politically charged. And I just think it ruins the vibe of our best soccer players against your best soccer players. And we juke it out on the pitch and then we shake hands. Good luck, right? So far, Uruguay have done nothing. Stupid Fox analyst called Valverdes. What an ignoramus. She also says on frame ad infinitum. If given the chance, I'm sure she'll say PK. Oh, God. Yeah, that's why I don't watch on Fox, or if I do, I mute it. What about Australia crying about the ref? The copium from Aussie fans is both hilarious and also a little bit disappointing. I thought it was all just fun banter. All right, now the game's over. You lost. Congratulations. We all move on. No, they're still in the mentions, crying. Come on, Cabo Verde. Oh, nice turn from Steven Moreira. The Columbus Crew, he's the Cabo Verdean Max Arfson. That's a foul. Free kick for Cabo Verde. Nice run by Steven Moreira there. That Turkey tweet was hilarious. Which Turkey tweet? Hi, Mr. Masney. Because of the potential implications for USMNT, we will be rooting for Egypt to win by multiple goals tonight. Let me see. Egypt plays New Zealand. Yes, I'd rather play Egypt in the round of 32 for sure than Iran, just because I think that game will be more about soccer than about politics. I do love how we gave Australia their own medicine the last 10 minutes of our last game. It was haram ball to protect the result. I love it. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with the way Australia played defensively. If you don't have a lot of attacking talent, which they do not, oh my God, Cabo Verde scored. Oh my God, Cabo Verde scored. Cabo Verde just scored on Uruguay with an incredible free kick from like 40 yards out. 40 yards out, Cabo Verde scored. What an absolute, this is insane, guys. Cabo Verde could qualify for the knockout rounds if they win this game. Unbelievable goal. Guys, you have to see this goal. Even the Cabo Verde fans can't believe it. Yes, Cabo Verde scored with an incredible free kick from like 45 yards out. Unbelievable. Bielsa's boys in the mud. Oh my God. Guys, I got to tweet. I got to tweet some shit. Oh my God, knuckleball. Muslera should have gotten to that though. He was down so slow, Muslera. Oh my God. Guys, this is incredible. I thought maybe they could hold Uruguay to a 0-0 draw, but this is unbelievable. So back to what I was saying about Australia. I don't have a problem with them defending the way they defended, right? You don't have a lot of world-class strikers or even elite attackers. So you sit back and you defend and you try to make the opponent's life difficult. That's what you do. The US used to do that for a long time. I don't have a problem with that. Okay? And sure, we protected our lead for the last 10 minutes and that's totally fine. We did a good job defending as a group. Now, personally, I think Australia was foolish to not start Iran Kunda and Volpato because I think both of them could have caused us some problems. Instead, they started Nishan Pillai, Villa Pillai, who, is just not very good. But whatever, they decided to do what they had to do and they lost. And that's okay. But yeah, of course, we're going to defend the last 10 minutes on a 2-0 lead. And we did a good job. Today, I feel Cabo Verdean. I wonder what's the right way to say that. Today, I feel Cabo. Cabo means cape, and Verde just means island, right? Or beautiful. What does Verde mean? Let's look it up. What does Verde mean in Portuguese? Green. It means green cape. I should have known that. Green cape. Australia, Uruguay shooting, blocked, and cleared. Wow. Green cape. Whoo! That's a great little block there. They're going to be defending for their lives for 90 minutes. Today, I'm wearing a green cape. There you go. Today, I feel green. Doesn't sound right. Today, my cape is green. No. I don't think that's a good way to say it. Today, I feel green caped. Nah, I just don't have it today, guys. What an incredible goal from Cabo Verde, though. This is incredible. I wore a green shirt. Orange slice time. Yeah, the wall was terrible. They literally split for that goal. I don't know what the wall was doing, but Muslera also waited so long to go down. So long. Yeah, Jacob probably has it right there. Today I feel Cabo Verdean. Mr. Danny says, do you think casuals will get discouraged if we don't win our final group game, not knowing we are resting our starters and this game doesn't mean much to us? I mean, maybe, but yes. I think, yes, there are some who will. Every game that we play is a chance to bring new soccer fans into the fold, to become USMNT fans. And maybe some people weren't watching before, but now they're watching after our good start. And then if we lose to Turkey, they may not know it's the B team and just go, oh, I was a fluke. We still suck. We lost to Turkey. So, yeah, I still think even though we play our B team, we still need 100% go for the win. Don't we want Cape Verde to top the group? They would be in our side of the bracket for a potential quarterfinal. Are we linked with Cabo Verde though? With that group? There's no way 4-time world champions Uruguay, 2-time world champions are losing to Cape Verde. They like to talk about the 1920s before the World Cup started. Those were Olympic gold medals. It was not the World Cup. I know Uruguay likes to claim them. But also, dude, if you are still claiming World Cups from 100 years ago, it's like nobody is alive who was there. What have you done since then? Yes, that's Spain's group. Oh, shit. But I don't think they're going to top the group, guys. Even if they win today, Spain's goal difference, I guess they drew 0-0 with Spain. Yeah, Cabo Verde ain't topping the group. Because, I mean, I guess Spain still has to play Uruguay. Spain still has to play Uruguay. They could draw, maybe. I doubt it. So for Cabo Verde to top the group, they would have to win today and then beat Saudi Arabia, and Spain draws with Uruguay. I suppose it's possible. It is possible. All right, we're back from the commercial break, and my Uber Eats just arrived at the door, so I'm going to go grab it and put it in the fridge. I'll be right back. For anybody who's new, Cabo Verde is beating Uruguay 1-0. 1-0. All right, I'm going to be right back, guys. Okay, we're back. All right, we're back. Cabo Verde has the ball right now. They're 28 minutes in, and so far, they're beating Uruguay 1-0. This is very bad from Uruguay, man. Did Uruguay make it out of their group in the last World Cup? I don't think they did. Wow. Cabo Verde are the, so far, the Cinderella story of this World Cup. They just have to be careful here because Uruguay still has the quality to punish them if they make a mistake. Yeah, they were grouped, right? I don't think they'll sack Bielsa before the final game because they still have a chance, right? They still have a chance, even if they lose today. If they beat Spain, they can still qualify out of this group. It's not looking good, though, for them. Cabo Verde unlocking 2014 Costa Rica. Pete, did you see Germany versus Ivory Coast yesterday? Yeah, I did. I saw that at the Fan Fest at the Farmers Market here in LA. It was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. One of my closest friends is German, so I watched it with her and her husband. It was fun. All right, Uruguay trying to create something here. Has Bielsa gotten out of a World Cup group before? His 2002 Argentina team got grouped, right? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. England beat them. Japan was a good game. Even without Kubo, they destroyed Tunisia 4-0. But to be honest, Tunisia lost 5-1 to Sweden, who then went on and lost, who had, Tunisia lost 5-1 to Sweden, who then went on and lost 5-1 to the Dutch. So I don't know how much stock I put into Tunisia. Yeah, Diomande was excellent in that game. Excellent. 30 minutes. Christian Roldan hat trick versus Turkey, calling it now. Lols. We would love that. We would love that. It's the World Cup. It's the World Cup. But I would be very surprised if he gets. What a time to pick your first goal. 50 caps or almost 50 caps. And now he gets his first goal at the World Cup. Way to pick your timing. And it can happen. Broken clocks are right twice a day. You just got to be right during the World Cup. I had a coaches meeting for the high school football team I helped coach in Santa Monica, and all the coaches were into the game. I was so happy to see it. That's awesome, Nate. That's awesome. Does your school need a soccer team? Do they have a soccer team, and do they have a soccer coach? No, they went down to Colombia, and James scored that banger on them. What about digital clocks? Even digital clocks are right twice a day. Luis Suarez is there watching. Who should sit/start versus Turkey? I mean, I'll tell you my lineup again, Steven. My lineup for Turkey would be Matt Freese, Joe Scally, Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty. The wingbacks would be Max Arfston and Tim Weah. Midfield trio would be Sebastian Berhalter, Brendan Aronson, and Gio Reyna. And then two strikers, Ricardo Pepi and Haji Wright. That's what I would do against Turkey. Oh, here comes Cabo Verde again. Dude, what were you doing? You had an overlapping. You had an overlapping teammate. Just dish it to him. No Zendejas. Zendejas would probably come off the bench, but who would you take off the field for Zendejas? You'd have to take off one of Aronson or Gio. And I think both of them are better than Zendejas. Diomande was not eligible for the U.S. He was just here in high school. I don't think he was even here long enough to get citizenship. So we didn't really have a chance with Diomande. Wow. Goal kick for Cabo Verde, guys. Long ball over the top. Throw in for Cabo Verde. Uruguay look completely clueless right now. They have like no idea what they're doing. Honestly, it's weird. Cabo Verde kind of looks like the better team. Here comes Cabo Verde again. Bad pass. That's a Sebastian Berhalter pass. That pass down the line that goes straight to the left back when you're looking for your right back, you just give it to the opponent. That was Berhalter against Australia. Here comes Uruguay. Trying to create something, but looking very, very passive on the ball. Yes, I did see this video, Joey. Little late, but did you see Diego Luna hinting he wants to do a one-time switch, which he can't even do? I saw that video. Two things. One, he can't do a one-time switch. He's permanently cap tied to the US a long time ago. And number two, hinting at switching to Mexico just because you didn't get selected for the World Cup roster is very bizarre behavior. Very bizarre behavior. Imagine being like, oh, they didn't give me enough chances. Bro, you started at the Gold Cup. You played in a lot of the friendlies, but you stunk it up against some big teams. And so you weren't selected because you're not good enough. And so now you're going to say, oh, I might switch to Mexico. A, you can't. But B, we should consider how much you want to play for the US. If one World Cup snub when you're 22, you potentially have 3 more World Cups you could go to, and you're already talking about switching to Mexico. Very immature and very stupid. Very stupid to say out loud. Would replacing everyone disrupt chemistry? No, because first of all, this team plays the same way regardless of who's playing. The style is the same, the tactics are the same. Just the quality is different. You're not disrupting chemistry, you're just resting the guys that will start in the round of 32. They're training all together. I'm not too worried about chemistry or rust or anything like that. These teams are not going to be rusty. What we're trying to avoid is injuries, fatigue, and suspensions. That's why I would trade everyone. Oh, Cabo Verde again? Oh my God. Corner for Cabo Verde. Corner for Cabo Verde here. It was a good cross. It was nowhere near the striker, but Muslera punches it out, and that's a corner. Whew. Barely got a fingertip to it. That could have been, that could have been a goal. That was so close. Muslera is 40. Muslera is 40 years old, guys. He's older than me. There's a lot of 40-year-olds at this World Cup, huh? A lot of them. Berhalter only plays well with Reina on the pitch. USMNT's version of the Hatfields and the McCoys. I don't know about that. I don't think Berhalter... He played that game against Uruguay very well, and Gio didn't start that game. And came off the bench later and got an assist, but he didn't start that game. I just don't think Berhalter... Look, he's better than Miles and Roldan. That's a low bar. I don't think Berhalter can really keep up with the pace and the intensity of a World Cup game. Right? Even against Paraguay when he came on, we did lose a little something. In Australia, he did look when he came on, and I was, rooting for him to come on and get a chance because he was decent against Paraguay. But then against Australia, he was not good. He was not good. I don't mind starting him against Turkey because it doesn't really matter and because I want to rest people. But our midfield depth in that double pivot is still very questionable. And it's still crazy we didn't bring Tessman and Morris. Uruguay header way over the bar. Oh, Go was joking. Berhalter does seem up to his level when Reina plays. I don't rate him. No, Berhalter's not young. Berhalter's 25. He's not a young player. He's 25 years old. It's not like this is a 20-year-old that can still improve. And look, if he goes to the championship this summer, which looks like he will, good for him for pushing himself and for trying. But I don't see him getting better than, say, Aiden Morris, for example. If Johnny was healthy, which MLS bum stays home? That's a great question. It would either have been Roldan or Berhalter. Based on how much Poch has played Berhalter, you'd have to say Roldan would stay home. But he also loves Roldan, the perfect player. Eyes and vibes. So who knows? Either way, it would have been a net benefit. Cabo Verde defending very well. 40 minutes, and it's still 1-0 to Cabo Verde. He's linked to the championship, Owen. I'm not sure where in the championship, but he's been linked, which is probably the level for him. Slightly above MLS, but not considerably, right? And you have the added pressure of you actually have to win games over there and you not get relegated, Credit to the guy. Even though I don't like Patrick Aguimang and I don't think he's a good player, I'll always credit him for trying. Leaving his comfort zone in MLS, going to Derby, trying there. Good for him. Whatever level of player you are at, you can always get better. And moving from MLS to Europe is a move to get better and also to get paid. Because wasn't he making $100,000 a year or something in Charlotte? That's like an accountant's salary. Whereas I think at the championship, he's making almost $1 million a year. So good for him. He got paid to do something he loves. I just don't think he's USMNT material. MLS versus the Belgian league, I think MLS is better. I think Brugge is a very good team, and they would probably win MLS. But across the board, I think MLS is better than the Belgian league. MLS versus Portuguese league. Again, Porto, Benfica, and Sporting Club de Portugal would all win MLS quite easily. But the rest of the Portuguese league, I'd say MLS is still better. Here comes Uruguay. What about Ligue 1? Ligue 1 is still a big jump. I don't think Berhalter has Ligue 1 quality. Ligue 1 is still a tough league. Oh, it's definitely better than MLS. Ligue 1 is definitely better than MLS, guys. It's not even close. Oh my God, save. Oh, Uruguay scored. Uruguay scored 1-1. Dang it. That's too bad. First goal, Cape Verde has given up. That's incredible. Who would have thought after a game and a half, they'd only have conceded one goal, considering their first two games were Spain and Uruguay? Whoa, what is happening here? Oh, they're showing the replay. So headed off the post. Off the post. Oof. Off the post, and then he heads it home. That is unlucky. He was helping a player with cramp, a Cabo Verde player with cramp, and as the play started to develop, he turned around and ran and scored. Oh my God. It's still a good result for Cabo Verde, though. It keeps them alive until the final game against Saudi Arabia. It keeps them alive. All right, so goal for Uruguay, guys. 1-1 just before halftime. Unfortunately for Cabo Verde, but they've given a good accounting of themselves so far. So far, it's 1-1. I don't think there's any VAR check involved. What happens if Cabo Verde ties this game? Well, then they have 2 points, and Uruguay have 2 points. Now, Spain has 4. Saudi Arabia has 1. Cabo Verde would have to draw. I mean, their next game is against Saudi Arabia, which is very winnable. What are they checking here? What are they checking? Oh, it's a substitution thing. They're subbing someone off. Spain's final game is against Uruguay. So Spain plays Uruguay, and Cabo Verde plays Saudi Arabia. But still, this is not a good result for Uruguay. They drew 1-1 with Saudi, and right now they're drawing with Cabo Verde 1-1. Halftime? No, not yet. 3 more minutes. Oh, they give him a 1-minute suspension because he went down and required treatment. Nice defending, Cabo. They're still playing well, Cabo Verde, especially through midfield. Uruguay's midfield is practically non-existent. It's crazy. All right, he's back on now. He's back on. Cabo versus Saudi is such an interesting game. Yeah, and remember, those games will happen simultaneously. So what Tack and I are going to do is when we do a live watch-along for the third round of games, we're going to have to basically do watch-alongs for both games simultaneously. That's the way this is going to have to work. Still 1-1. And I don't really see Uruguay doing much right now. Bielsa, Unk, you got to retire. Yeah, Bielsa's got to retire, guys. Got to retire. Why are you rooting for Salsa Verde? The goal differential in Belgium's group is 0. Yeah, Belgium, man. Ugh. Belgium, what? They drew 0-0 today, right? Yeah, they drew 0-0 with Iran, which is kind of crazy. I got a red card, but still. Belgium, 2 draws. No, get up. Get up, Vinas. Besides the United States, are there any teams you are rooting for? I mean, not really rooting for them, but from UEFA, I'd like to see Scotland and Norway do well. It's tough for Scotland. They've got to try and get a draw against Brazil. That's going to be tough. And then, like, teams like Curacao or Haiti or Cabo Verde, or like teams that like have no business being at the World Cup but got there anyways, are incredible stories, and they're really cool to see these tiny little like island nations doing well. Even watching another tiny little island nation, Australia, do well against a very tough Turkey team and get a win. What a Cinderella story. No one expected this tiny island nation of former convicts, and kangaroos and poisonous lizards to come out and do so well. So they deserve a lot of credit. These tiny countries, Australia, Cabo Verde. Oh my God, Uruguay just scored again. You got to be kidding me. They just fell apart. You got to be kidding me. 2-1. 2-1. Uruguay takes a late lead. Cabo Verde, you can't fall asleep like that. Oh no. Oh no. Come on, guys. We were rooting for you. We were rooting for you here. Cinderella story, no more. Someone says end the stream. It's over. All right. So Uruguay take the lead against Cabo Verde 2-1. But the fact that they conceded to Cabo Verde, oof. About to turn this one off. No, guys, don't leave. I do the stream so that so we can hang out. And if you leave, it's just like me and Spicy Jeff. Not that there's anything wrong with Spicy Jeff. We love him, but it's awkward if it's just me and him in here. Don't worry, guys. This ain't over. Come on, Cabo Verde. Yeah, sound asleep. Sound asleep. Vozinha gonna get unfollowed. Oh, God. Don't leave Pete alone with Spicy Jeff, guys. Yeah, I have to get a restraining order or something. See, there you go. That's the spirit. You ain't over. You got this, Cabo Verde. The problem is that Cabo Verde seems to have mentally fallen apart since that goal. I'm glad I didn't take the midnight train to Rotterdam. LOL. I almost did it. Wait, what? Mass Vozinha unfollowing. Is Tack going to join at halftime? I don't think Tack is free today. He's also working on his preview. I haven't sent him the link because he said he didn't want to do a stream today. This is fake news. Spicy Jeff said you guys are collabing soon. No, we are not. No, we are not. Spicy Jeff will remain fixed to his van. Tack works for FIFA now. All right, come on, Cabo. We're still rooting for you here. You scored one. You can absolutely get another one. They just need to regroup at halftime and come out and push for a goal. Yeah, 100%. They have to believe in themselves. Pete, where did you go to uni? I went to Anglia Ruskin University in the UK. Halftime, guys. Halftime. It ain't over till it's over, guys. It ain't over until it's over. I thought Tack was more Spicy Jeff flavor. I think everyone is Spicy Jeff flavor. I think if you exist, you are a Spicy Jeff flavor. That means the same goes for all of you. I feel bad. This Vozinha's mom. Yeah, Vozinha's mom actually got to come to this game. They worked it out with the State Department, and she actually got to come to the U.S. and be there for this game. Coming next summer, a new sitcom starring Pete. Tune in for me and Spicy Jeff. No bets for me today. No conviction about anything. Yeah, I looked at the results coming up. There's not really any interesting odds that I would put money on either. Save your money. Use it for Uber Eats or something. If you got offered a recurring role on a Netflix show, but your character was gay and there were intimate scenes, would you take it? No, I wouldn't take it. But I wouldn't. I don't do intimate scenes in general. In general, I don't want that on TV or on film. So I wouldn't take it. No, but that applies to both hetero and gay intimate scenes. I just don't do that stuff on film. Okay. I go to uni in LA. Always think about the fact that I could run into you, Pete. Which uni do you go to? I knew he was going to show up. Spicy Jeff goes, something doesn't smell right in my van. It might be you. It might be you, Spicy Jeff. Does Pasadena have good bars? Yeah, it does. There's a lot of good bars in Pasadena. I used to live there. I swear I seen you on an episode of Expedition Unknown as a pilot. Yeah, that was me. I played a pilot on an episode of that. Cape Verde got screwed. Yeah, well, they didn't get screwed. They, screwed themselves. Look, Uruguay's the better team. They were always, it was always going to be tough, but feels like Cabo Verde gave up an unfortunate goal and then kind of fell asleep on the second one. Pasadena is great for car guys being near Angeles Forest. Yeah, Church of Petrol. I was just in the Los Angeles National Forest yesterday. My girl and I went hiking up there. I went hiking up there. It was fun. It's beautiful. And Los Angelinos don't seem to go up there. It's very remote. If they go up there, they just want to drive their cars around. So I would say, yeah, Pasadena, Altadena. For hiking spots in LA, though, it doesn't get better than the LA National Forest for me. Devonta says, I actually think Berhalter has been slightly better for the USMNT than Morris. Never been impressed by one of his games, albeit Berhalter has had way more chances. Neither should start. Yeah, look, I don't think the gap between them is that big, but I think that Morris is better defensively than Berhalter. Berhalter is a bit of a wild card. He can do something amazing like he did against Uruguay or just kind of be a disaster. It's hard to tell because we haven't seen Morris in a World Cup game playing with the first team, whereas Berhalter's got so many chances with the first team. Pete, have you ever eaten at a Waffle House? Okay, Food by Primes. This might get me some hate. I was in Atlanta shooting a movie back in February, and my girl came in and we were told, check out Waffle House. So we went to Waffle House. I had their waffle, and it wasn't bad. It was fine. It just didn't really match the hype of Waffle House. Like it was a good waffle. But everyone was like, you gotta go to Waffle House. And I'm like, I feel like I could get this waffle at IHOP or Denny's. So it's not that it was bad. I just didn't get all the hype. But you know what? I feel the same way about Whataburger. I go to Whataburger. Texans are crazy about Whataburger. And so, all right, let's try this. I go to Whataburger. I'm like, it's a good burger. It's fine. It's not worth the hype. And I feel the same way about In-N-Out. Californians love In-N-Out. And it's a good burger. But the hype compared to the experience just doesn't match up. The hype isn't the food, it's the experience. What experience was I supposed to have? It just felt like an average diner where you order your food and then you eat it and then you pay and then you leave. I didn't see anything about the experience that I thought was different than your average diner. You're supposed to get a patty melt, not a burger from Whataburger. Yeah, I don't remember with what I had. I think was it a patty melt? It was something. It was like some kind of burger. I just don't remember what it was. In-N-Out is good. I will die on that hill. No, I agree. In-N-Out is good. I have In-N-Out fairly regularly. Like at least once a month, I'll have an In-N-Out. But, compared to how excited everybody is and the lines around the corner for In-N-Out, I'm like, no burger's worth that. The chicken is better at Whataburger than anything else. Yeah, I would say as far as fast food restaurant goes, my favorite burger is In-N-Out. My favorite fries, I gotta say, still McDonald's. McDonald's still wins the fries game for me. All right, let's take this off and have a quick word from our sponsor. All right, so FanDuel is a sponsor of the channel. And as I was saying, guys, this is one of the few times where I'm not that excited about any of these upcoming odds. I don't think Austria is going to beat Argentina. Plus 550, the odds aren't great. I don't think Iraq is going to beat France. So those are some great odds, but I just don't see it. Senegal ain't beating Norway, and the odds are not great there. There's nothing for me in this Jordan-Algeria game. At least not that I can see. Jordan at plus 500, maybe. Now, maybe Portugal, Uzbekistan, because Portugal have not looked good, but even with Ronaldo on the field, I can't see Portugal. I think they're going to ramp it up for the second game. So I'm going to be honest. I personally don't think there's any serious bets here that you could look at and I'd actually recommend it. I just don't. I don't see anything that's like, that's an interesting one. But that's just my opinion. But keep checking. There might be some better ones later. Pete, Tax suggests the USA kit should be red and white, waving flag. It doesn't have to be waving flag, but it should be some version of the Waldos. I think the Waldos are the best kit. That's my opinion. So our home jersey should always be some version of the Waldos. And then you can play around with the away jerseys. Hey, Pete, do you like Five Guys? I don't know if I've ever actually had Five Guys. Maybe I should. I hear good things about Five Guys. Is it like fast food? Is it the same thing? Or is it more expensive? Let me see. Five Guys. Yeah, seems about the same. Is it really much better? It costs way too much. Yeah, it looks expensive. It looks like $15 for a burger. That feels like a lot. Have you had Shake Shack? Yes, I've had Shake Shack for sure. USA jersey should be red, white, and green just to troll Mexico. It's very good, but a little overpriced. Gotcha. Yeah. But even fast food now is getting more expensive than ever. Like, remember when a fast food meal used to be like $6? I feel like now you get a fast food meal and it's like $12 to $15. I'm like, that's an entree at a restaurant. I don't know if it's really worth it anymore. I mean, it's never worth it for your health. But like, as far as taste goes, $12 to $15 for a fast food meal seems like a lot to me. The truth is, the best burger is Western Bacon Cheeseburger from Carl's Jr. Okay. Carl's Jr., I don't know. My experience with Carl's Jr. has not been great. All right, guys, since we're still at halftime, let me put a plug for the Patreon. If you guys have not checked out the 11 Yanks Patreon, and you can do so by hitting the link in the description below. We're having all kinds of content these days. The USMNT Australia breakdown is here. That just went out yesterday. We have Q&As every week now for the exclusive for the Patreon supporters. Paraguay breakdown, Kevin Sullivan versus Ivory Coast. We're also going to be doing a lot more content about the prospects on Patreon after this World Cup. Because we got to start looking to the future, right? Guys like Kevin Sullivan, Matisse Albert, Xavier Gozo, Julian Hall, Adri Memeti, Snyder Brunel, Peyton Miller, etc., etc. So if you get a chance and you'd like to support the channel and get some extra content, check out the 11 Yanks Patreon. Like I said, it's in the description below. You can go click on it and check it out. All right, second half's going to be starting soon. P, would you play Turner next game? I'm concerned teams are able to draw due to great goaltending and Freese has not been tested. Well, that's why I would keep Freese, because I think if we change our lineup, he might be a little more tested, and I think that will be a good experience for him. We need him to get as many reps as possible. If he's our number one for the World Cup, we got to give him as many reps as possible. And he's not going to get tired the same way that a field player is going to get tired. So I would actually keep Freese. All right, come on, let's start the second half. Is anybody excited for the Odyssey that's coming out? I'm seeing an ad for it right now. Anyone else excited to see it? I'm kind of psyched to see it. Also, has anyone seen Disclosure Day? And if so, how was it? Pete, if Uruguay pulls off 5-1, wouldn't they be actively top of the group? And we would hope they draw Spain so we avoid Spain in the quarters? I mean, look, that's looking really far ahead. To be honest, anybody that's in the quarters is going to be tough, whether it's Spain or Uruguay or somebody else, because that means they got out of their group and they won 2 knockout games. I don't know if Uruguay gets to the quarterfinal, that means they'll have won 2 knockout games. Are they beatable? Sure, but it's not going to be easy. Disclosure Day is hella mid. Interesting. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people said it was really good, and some people said it was not. I'm excited for the Odyssey. Gotta have to see it in IMAX. That's the move. That's the move. If you're gonna see Odyssey, see it in IMAX for sure. Disclosure Day is a documentary. That's a take. Why do you say that, Zarapis? Nolan has never missed for me, so yeah. Hang on though. For me, generally, I love Nolan, but he did kind of miss with Tenet. Tenet was bad. Everything else is great, but Tenet was not good. All right, come on, let's get the second half going already. LOL, Spielberg knows some things. Maybe, maybe. I'm sure he has access to things that we don't. He screwed up with Napoleon. Wait a minute, Nolan didn't do Napoleon. Nolan didn't do Napoleon. Wasn't Napoleon Guy Ritchie? Or was that am I wrong? I can't believe Nolan. No, Nolan didn't do Napoleon. Napoleon was, I thought, Guy Ritchie. Let's see, who did Napoleon? Oh, Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott, not Guy Ritchie. Ridley Scott did Napoleon. Yeah, that was bad. That was Ridley Scott is one of those hit or miss guys. So is Guy Ritchie, although generally I love Guy Ritchie. But Guy Ritchie doesn't hit as often as Nolan does. Nolan has mostly hits. The only real miss I've seen from Nolan was Tenet. Dunkirk was amazing. Pete, Put Kapow or Putsiu? I would go Put Kapow, but Putsiu is also very good. Yeah, Dunkirk was very good. My son did Napoleon in an elementary school play. Haha, that's excellent. No, I like Dunkirk. Oppenheimer was so good. I loved Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was excellent. Has anyone seen The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie? Excellent movie. Excellent movie. I never saw Memento actually. The Odyssey is really an interpretation of the book. Oh, for sure. Oh, no, Jeff. Yeah, The Gentleman is excellent. He also did a TV show on Netflix, a limited series with Theo James, also called The Gentleman. It's also very, very good. You have to watch it. I would like to be referred to as Spicy Zlatan Fumna Spicy Jeff. From now on, Spicy Jeff during the World Cup. So wait, you're contradicting yourself here, Spicy Jeff. I would like to be referred as Spicy Zlatan from now on. So we're in the World Cup, but then you say Spicy Jeff during the World Cup. Which one is it? Memento is, yeah, a lot of people saying they liked Memento. Let me look this up. Memento. Oh, it's an older movie. That's why I haven't seen it, probably. In the aftermath of a horrifying crime, Leonard Shelby remembers nothing for more than a few minutes at a time except the haunting memory of his wife's brutal murder. Ooh, that does look good. P, will you see Spider Brand New Day? No, I don't really watch superhero movies, to be honest. I've tried a few of them. They just don't do it for me. And like, I can acknowledge that they are objectively a good film, but I think because I didn't read the comics growing up, I don't really have the same emotional connection and the same sort of nostalgia connection that other people have. So I never really, I mean, I saw The Last Superman, which I thought was good. I saw, what else did I see? I saw one of the early Spider-Mans with the really short guy, whatever his name is, with the baby face, like the first Spider-Man. I saw like, I think the 2 or 3, one of those. I haven't seen Dark Knight. What else have I seen or not seen? Here comes Uruguay. There was one Marvel movie that my movie club showed that was what's her name? Scarlett Johansson and that other British girl, the one from Midsommar, and they were both trying to do Russian accents, and it was just so bad. I'm going to see Toy Story 5, and I don't have any kids. LOL. Toy Story's great. I love all the Toy Stories. I haven't seen 5 yet, though. Florence Pugh. Yeah, Florence Pugh and Scarlett Johansson doing Russian accents made me laugh. I was like, I'm sorry. I can't take this seriously. And the story was not that good either. I was like, what? Black Widow. That's what it was. Black Widow. I was not impressed with Black Widow. Have you watched Apocalypto? Yes, that's a great movie. Mel Gibson rarely misses. You know what's another really good, underrated Mel Gibson movie is Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge was excellent. Nobody does a good war movie like Mel Gibson. Patriot, Braveheart, Hacksaw Ridge, all really good. Oh no, Spicy Jeff. I'm going to a furry party this weekend. Well, have fun, Jeff. AKA Spicy Zlatan. Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge is so good. So good. So it's been all Uruguay so far, as expected. Another cross for Uruguay, blocked. Man, it'd be so cool if they could come back and get a draw here. We Were Soldiers. Yeah, that's another really good one from Mel Gibson. We Were Soldiers is excellent. What do you mean that movie sucks? You talking about We Were Soldiers? No, We Were Soldiers is a very good movie. I'd rewatch We Were Soldiers in a heartbeat. Cleared. Uruguay's corner. See, this is we're all so bummed out that what's their name? Uruguay scored 2 that we're not even enjoying the game as much anymore. He's coming out with another passion movie soon. I saw that. Jim Caviezel. Here's the thing about Passion of the Christ, okay? And I was raised as a Christian. My parents are very Christian. They loved Passion of the Christ. Whether you're a Christian or not, I think you can show the whole crucifixion and everything without it being so over the top, gory, and sentimental. Look, it was a brutal way to execute somebody, and the Romans were brutal. But Passion of the Christ, like all the slow mo shots of the suffering, it just felt a little bit like blood porn. You know what I mean? I didn't enjoy it. I think if you want to show that as a, historical event or whatever, you can show it. It just felt so like he was trying a little too hard to be like, guys, look what Jesus did for us. I just didn't. And again, the slow mo and the blood and the gore and the extra intense focus on the suffering, it just felt very Catholic. But even many Catholics would probably be like, whoa, bro, we get it. Yes, he suffered, you know? Look what this man did so he could turn your water into wine. Yeah, I mean, look, it was a lot. I think, if you want to show the life of Jesus, I think you could do a whole movie about the life of Jesus. And I think Mel Gibson would actually do that really well. But 3 hours of Jesus suffering was a lot. And it was intense. And also some of it was also not very realistic. Gibson is an extreme Catholic. No, I know, but you're not making the movie for you. You're making the movie for a global audience. So you got to consider that maybe not everybody wants to sit through 3.5 hours of suffering that wasn't even really that accurate at times. Like the whipping scene was not how Romans did it. Romans had a very distinct sense of like you get 39 lashes on the back, but they're like got him flipping him over and they're dragging him around. I just, it just felt like an overemphasis on a lot of suffering. But his war movies are great. His war movies are excellent. We Were Soldiers, Patriot, Braveheart, Hacksaw Ridge. Top 4 movies for me. Gibson is Catholic. Isn't he super Catholic? Mel Gibson? Come on, Cabo Verde. Let's go. Come on. You can't even string 2 passes together all of a sudden. RRR was better than Passion. RRR was a great movie. I showed it to my movie club on every Tuesday night. I'm part of a movie club, and I picked RRR for one of mine just for them to see it. Gladiators, excellent movie. It's not Mel Gibson. It's Ridley Scott, but excellent. Gladiator 1 is excellent. Gladiator 2 is trash. Garbage. You like Robert Eggers? I don't dislike him. Isn't he the film critic? Yeah, of course it was inaccurate. Patriot was also inaccurate to a degree. But as movies, they were good films. It's hard to get it historically accurate and also make a really good film because history sometimes doesn't lend itself so well to good storytelling. Reality is it was complicated and there was a lot of problems with the Scottish nobles back then who were conspiring with the king. It shows him as this absolute hero, which to the Scots maybe he was, but there's a lot of stuff in the Braveheart movie that was not in real life, and I'm sure there was plenty more. All right, long ball from They can't do anything, man. Cabo Verde are doing nothing now. Robert Eggers did The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman, and Nosferatu. I didn't love The Lighthouse, and I walked out of The Northman. I thought The Northman was bad. It was really bad. Just my personal opinion. Your favorite director is Luc Besson. He makes beautiful films. Let me look this guy up. Luc Besson, French filmmaker. What's he known for? The Fifth Element, Dracula, Leon, Lucy, Dogman, Valerian, The Big Blue, La Femme Nikita, Anna. The Family, Taxi. I have seen none of these films. Ooh, Muslera, almost caught napping there by Cabo Verde. Northman could have been a great movie. Yeah, I agree. It had all the potential to be a really good movie. It was weird, though. I didn't see Disclosure Day, no. Not yet. I want to, though. I plan to see it. Oh, Cabo? Nah, cleared. You need a movie night with a lady bad. I have plenty of movie nights. Sir, why aren't you showing the score? The score is 2-1 to Uruguay. I feel like most people know the score if you just go online. Cabo Verde. Trying to create something here. Go watch Memento and Leon. Okay. I've added them to my list, Fumar. Call my brother Jimmy a Pratt. No, we're not doing that. Oof. Oof. Oh, foul. Easy catch. Ref's going to call that. Oh, maybe not. That sounded kind of condescending, but okay. Well, it's my stream, and you're demanding that I show the score. I told you the score. The score is 2-1. My favorite movie in the last couple years has been Sinners. Sinners was very good. I liked Sinners. Even better, though, for me, was One Battle After Another. One Battle After Another, for me, was one of the best films of the decade. That and Hail Mary. I loved Hail Mary. Oh, he pulled his jersey. That's a free kick for Cabo Verde. And a yellow card. Well, no, yeah, but the comment you made afterwards. What comment? What comment did I say that was rude? Yeah, Hail Mary was beautiful, Zarapis. Okay, so Cabo Verde have a free kick here outside the box. Let's see how this goes. Can they score something here? Come on, Cabo. Bugonia, I wasn't that interested in. It had an interesting idea, but it kind of fell apart about halfway through. It was fine. Marty Supreme was good. I don't usually like Timothy Chalamet, but Marty Supreme was good. Project Hail Mary was too cheesy. All right, free kick. Come on, Cabo. Lopez Cabral. All right, let's see what Cabo does. Oh, blocked by the wall. Oof. That's a nasty one in the face. P, do you have the Letterboxd app? I do not, actually. Oh, that's got to be rough. That was a good jump. He took it in the face. P, does this Spain beat Uruguay? Oh, yeah. I think this Spain beats Uruguay. Uruguay, despite the lead here, they've not looked good. They have not looked good at all today. Oh, he climbed all over his back. Pete, why are you always so negative toward the U.S. even when they are performing perfectly? Since this World Cup started, do you feel like I've been negative toward the U.S.? I honestly want to know. Tell me. If since the World Cup started, what have I said about the U.S. that has come across as negative? I might have been cautious at times, highlighting strengths and weaknesses, maybe, but negative on the U.S., I don't think so. I don't think I have. Can you give me an example? Castillo de la Garza de Guadalupe. Oh my God. What is happening here? Oh my God. Oh, Cabo Verde 2-2. 2-2. We're back in it, boys. We're back in it. Let's bring up the thought mob. Cabo Verde makes it 2-2. Let's go. Oh, Uruguay are so cooked. So cooked. They are so cooked. Terrible from Uruguay. Passed it along their own box. Passed it along their own box and gave it away. Incredible. 2-2. We back, chat. Let's go. But look at this. Passed it along. Keeper comes way off his line and does absolutely nothing. Muslera absolutely cooked. Both goals he's got some responsibility on, but that back line giving that away is crazy. Crazy, guys. But Castillo, I want to go back to your earlier question. Please, you haven't told me yet. What have I said since the World Cup started? In fact, what have I said since the friendlies started that has been negative about the U.S.? I'd love to know, or critical. They flew too close to the sun, Helio. What was that? I don't know what Muslera was doing, guys. Well, Cabo Verde are still in it. If they can hold on to this draw, that's now 2-2. That's now 2-2. Ball over the top. Oh, here comes Cabo Verde again. Oh, nice fake out. Shoot. Oh, just over the bar. They could have got the win here. Okay, so Castillo says, I can't quite remember, but I do remember you pointing out mistakes that players made throughout the matches. I believe it was against Paraguay. Yeah, so what I do on YouTube, Castillo, is I praise and I criticize, right? There is never a reason for no criticism. But I will say, against Paraguay, I was mostly celebrating. From time to time, when Tack and I do a post-game stream, we'll also talk about ways that we can continue to improve. Okay? So if you point out we were good at these 7 things, but in this one thing we need to do better if we want to go deep in this tournament. To me, that's not criticism. That's just being rational and going. In fact, I would argue criticizing is a very important part of being a fan. Most fan bases, no, let me rephrase that. All fan bases in the world, all football, soccer cultures in the world criticize their team, not only when they're doing poorly, but sometimes when they're doing well and saying, look, this is not good enough, or this part was good, but this part needs to be better. So if you want a channel that is nothing but positivity, what I would call toxic positivity, I'm probably not going to do that because I try to, be pretty balanced versus the praise and criticism. Man, this is incredible. 2-2. Yeah, this is competitive professional sports. LOL. Criticism is necessary. Yeah, and look, I think I've been pretty positive in this World Cup. I do. If you think I was negative during this World Cup, man, you got to see the last 3 years on this channel. It's been rough. But I think I've been 90% or even more, 99% positive during this World Cup. Okay. So they got a draw against Spain, and now they're getting a draw with Uruguay. It's not looking good for Bielsa's boys because their last game is against Spain, whereas Cabo Verde's last game is against Saudi Arabia. Uruguay could get grouped. CONMEBOL not looking so good, huh? Outside of Argentina and Colombia, Paraguay and Uruguay so far have disappointed. Ecuador has disappointed. Brazil has gotten points, but they haven't looked great. I think Uruguay is getting grouped. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? This is live commentary, Alicia Smalls. We're doing live commentary on the game itself. Pete, do you see Cape Verde beating Saudi? Both will sit in a low block. I mean, yeah, but they've had some really good attacks today that I believe they could definitely take to Saudi. Shot from distance. Nice block. Don't let him get it. Got to clear it. Good defending. Again, nicely done, Cabo Verde. Break quickly. Let's go for the win here. Pete, I think you missed my super chat. Oh, my bad. Thank you, Mel Gibson, for inspiring Cabo Verde. Yes, the Cabo Verdeans heard us talking about Mel Gibson's war movies, and they were like, let's go. Darwin is going to come on, huh? Why can't you show the game, bro? I can only see the coach cam on Fox. What Fox are you watching? Fox is showing the game. Try Telemundo, Tubi. If you go to Tubi, download the Tubi app on your smart TV and just make a free account. They're showing it to you for free. They're showing it for free. Or if you have Telemundo, check for that. Telemundo or Fox. Or you can get a free trial with Peacock. They're also showing the game. What was your favorite moment and worst USMNT moment in the last 3 not involving me? You mean the last 3 years? I mean, my favorite USMNT moment of the last 3 years was the day Berhalter got fired, which I knew was coming, but I couldn't say it officially. I knew in advance that it was going to happen. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, you're offside. You're off. Whew. Uruguay almost scored again. Oh my God. That would have been a disaster. Oy. Okay, so Darwin. No, wait a minute. Yeah, so he hits the post. He grabs it. What are they saying is, he was offside. He was offside. Oof. But where was he offside? I'm trying to see where he was offside. Yeah, I don't know what Vozinha was doing there. They're checking it. I think he might be onside, guys. I think he's onside. I think this goal is going to stand. They're saying on the initial kick he was offside, but that doesn't matter because on the play where it was crossed in, he was on. I want to see the replay on this. Check over. It's offside. Okay. All right. Offside indeed. All right. I'll take their word for it. But Jeff, my favorite moment was Berhalter getting fired. Worst moment was probably getting grouped in Copa America. They were closely related. So yeah, worst moment was getting grouped in Copa America. Favorite moment was Berhalter getting fired, for sure. Charles Darwin coming on. I didn't realize there was a stream. This game and the draw earlier. What a day. I know. It's incredible, right? Belgium getting a draw. Uruguay getting a draw. Damn. All right, 20 minutes to go. Can Cabo Verde hold on here? Or can they find a way to even win? I still remember when Jeff took off his pants until Triple G got fired. That was it. That's what did it. US Soccer was like, we can't have Jeff running around without pants on. So they fired Greg. Thank you, Jeff, for your service. Uruguay deserves to lose. Bad sportsmanship. Well, I just don't think they've been very good. I don't think they've been very good. I think they've been quite bad, actually. I have no desire to play Belgium. Do we want Egypt to win tonight for potential round of 16? In an ideal world, yes, probably. But if they win, like there's no guarantee we're going to beat them. Could we bring SEC bands to play in USMNT matches? I think that would be tough because you'd have to get FIFA to approve it, and that would take up tickets. So I don't think that would happen. Would be cool, though. Would be cool. Apparently, Miami is already giving the Tartan Army problems. They won't allow them to put cones on statues. Let the Scots be. Let them do what they want. I don't think he is. Why do I feel Triple G is a strong candidate to coach the USMNT after the World Cup? I don't think we're going to see Greg Berhalter back. I think they're going to go look for another European coach. Or another, not European coach, but another high-level coach, not from MLS. I think they know people would tune out en masse if they brought back Greg Berhalter. They would tune out en masse. All right, guys, 72 minutes. Can Cabo Verde hold on? The only thing that's standing between us and food and film talk is Uruguay scoring another goal. I heard Doku left to witness the birth of his child. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. You don't want to miss the birth of your child. But if Belgium get grouped, he's going to get a lot of hate. He's going to get a lot of hate if they get grouped. "73 minutes. Uruguay still do not look like scoring. They really don't. Oh, no, look, for sure, guys. I would never tell somebody don't be present for the birth of your child, right? That's like a once in a lifetime experience. Being there for the birth of your child, you don't want to miss that. I'm just saying, if they get grouped, he's going to get a lot of hate for it. Maybe not from everybody, But a lot of the Belgium ultras are not going to forgive him for that. He was already getting some criticism for it. Oh, here comes Cabo Verde again. Oh, come on. He just beat 3 Uruguay defenders. Let's go. Corner for Cabo Verde. Oh my God, imagine if Cabo Verde scores the winner here. All right, corner for Cabo Verde. Oh, headed out. Another corner. Another corner for Cabo Verde here. I want Pep Guardiola. Look, if we get Pep Guardiola, I'll just say this. No one's going to complain. It's Guardiola, right? It's Pep. Just as the face of the team, he would do so much for soccer in this country. But I question what Pep could do with this team. I don't think he fits this team that well. But maybe. I mean, he's never coached a national team. Uruguay clear. He's never coached a national team, and he's never coached a team like the US with our caliber of players. He's always had access to the best players in the world. So it's hard to know how well he would do. And also, his system is very complex. You don't really have the time with a national team to do what he wants to do. So I would be very skeptical about what's going to happen if Pep takes over. I think Jurgen Klopp would suit the US a lot better than Pep Guardiola would. But that's just me. For me, the ideal hire after Pochettino would be Klopp. Throw the bag at Klopp. Give him a blank check. Say, listen, you miss coaching. You can still, be an ambassador for Red Bull if you want. But come to the US, can live here, coach the national team. It's not that hard work. It's pretty straightforward. I think it would be really fun to see Klopp get even more out of this team, especially with some of the young players that are coming out, right? He's already very impressed with what they're doing over at Red Bulls because he's been keeping tabs on it as the head of the Red Bull organization. So I think he'd enjoy this US team plus add 5 or 6 more talents in there. I think Klopp would have so much fun with this team. I think America would also love Klopp. But look, I mean, if we get Pep, you're not going to hear complaints from me. I know he's dogmatic and a control freak. I don't know if the way that the US plays would really suit him, but it's still Pep, right? You can't say no to Pep. If Pep wants the job, I'll be honest, I don't know if I would give it to him. If it's Pep or BJ Callahan, of course you take Pep. But if it's Pep or Klopp, I would say no to Pep. If Klopp wants the job, I would say no to Pep and I would give it to Klopp. That's my honest opinion. Honestly, I would give Klopp the general manager job too if he wants it. I'd put him in charge of the whole federation if he wants it. Yeah, BJ is a legend. I hope BJ tries and goes abroad at some point. He's doing well enough with Nashville. Even if he took a small job abroad, maybe in the championship or something, I doubt anybody would hire him, especially with the way MLS coaches have, shown out in the world. Has not looked good for MLS. But I hope he tries to push himself and leaves MLS at some point. How realistic do you think Klopp is? I mean, a lot of people said Pochettino wasn't realistic, and yet we still got him. When you're paying top dollar, things are more realistic than you think. And with the money from this World Cup, we should follow up on this World Cup with another really good top coach. So I think it's more realistic than it has ever been. I really do, especially if we make a deep run. The US project becomes much more interesting if we make a deep run, considering some of our young players. Cabo Verde is still holding on, guys, almost 80 minutes in. You think Poch won't come back? I think Poch misses club soccer. I think he wants to go back to club soccer. That's my guess. Or maybe the Argentine national team. I swear to God, though, if we get Klopp, man, I'm going to be so shameless. I'm going to be so shameless. No, he's not 100% leaving, and there's a chance Poch may end up staying. We don't know. We really don't know. But the fact that he's talking to other teams makes me wonder if he's and he's talked several times about how he misses coaching club. So I don't think he would want to sign on for another 4 years. That's my guess, but I have no inside information on that. Cabo Verde. Honestly, Cabo Verde look more likely. Oh, that's a bad foul, but necessary one. Tactical yellow card for Cabo Verde. Steven Spada. The crowd in Seattle set off earthquake detectors. I saw that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man. We'll forgive them for pushing Roldan on us. Yeah, Amorim is getting the Milan job. But just because there's no job available right now, he knows the club season's going to start. Coaches will be fired. He might stick around and wait for a club job. And by stick around, I mean he might just take a break and wait for a club job to open up. Come on, do not let Uruguay score again. Good defending, Cabo Verde. Do you believe Suarez should have been included in this team? Such a shame they didn't call him up. No, he's not even an MLS starter anymore. He's so old and his knees are gone. I wouldn't have brought Suarez, man. Pep or Klopp will make the players run through a wall for them. We need someone like their caliber, especially because all of our players are playing at a top level for their clubs. Not all, but most of them. You need a coach that can command respect. Berhalter they did not respect Berhalter. They thought he was fun because he let them do whatever they want, right? But you need somebody that you cannot have the players be bigger than the coach. The coach has to be bigger than the players. And no MLS coach is bigger than our player pool. Not one. Rumor is Mike Tomlin. If Poch leaves, who is Mike Tomlin? This has to be some football coach or something. Oh, yeah. That's not going to happen. All right. We have 8 minutes, guys. Oh, I missed you. Sorry, Hugo Lopez. I missed this one. Could USA beat this Uruguay team? I think so. Based on how they've played in this. Well, we already did beat them 6-1 last fall. And based on how they're playing now, I actually think the U.S. would be favorites against this Uruguay team. Here comes Uruguay. Cross. Caught by Vozinha. 7 minutes plus extra time to hold on. Oh, 5-1, not 6-1. You're right. 5-1. Uruguay coming straight at us. Well, us. I say us. Cabo Verde. But we are all Cabo Verde today. Cross blocked. They're defending well. They're defending well, Cabo Verde. No complaints about their defending. Just get it out of there. Whatever you do, get it out of there. What are you guys doing? Imagine conceding to Uruguay now. I heard Coach Mike. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Think I'd fall for that one, Hugo? I'd heard Coach Blank can coach the U.S. I like Coach Blank too. I think Coach Blank could be a great coach for us. All right, Cabo Verde. We're at minute 85, guys. You almost had me there, Hugo. You had me in the first half, I'm not going to lie. But I knew it was up. I know it was up. I don't tell lies on my YouTube channel. I don't tell lies. Oh my God. All blocked. Cabo Verde are throwing their bodies at everything. Valverde, so close. So close. Come on, hold on, Cabo. All this to just lose would be so disappointing. Vozinha is really trying to help Uruguay. Oh, blocked again. Oh my God, they are defending for their lives. Bentancur almost scored. Whew. Wow. Another corner. Come on. Come on, Cabo. Hang in there. You got this. Oh. Cleared. Another corner. Can't give Uruguay this many corners. We do that, eventually they'll score. Corner. Headed away. Headed away. Cleared. Honestly, Uruguay do not look like they're scoring right now. Vozinha, don't screw it up. Oh my God, that was close. Yeah, just dump it into the corner flag. Dump it to the opposite corner flag every single time. That's all you got to do right now, guys. Make Uruguay work. Make them take their time. Ball over the top. Head it out. Throw in for Uruguay. Can they hold on, guys? Can they hold on? Everybody back there defending. Every last one of them. Nice clearance. Another corner for Uruguay. Oh, God. This is making me nervous now. Whew. Corner. Oh, my God. Cleared. Get it out of there. Foul. Foul outside the box. Okay. Uruguay get a free kick just on the D. Right outside the... I don't know if that's a foul. That's not a foul. Maybe it's a foul. Yeah, actually, on second watch. Okay, please don't score. Please don't score, Cabo Verde. Please don't score on this. Why the fuck do Uruguay have 4 stars on their shirt? Because they think they won 4 World Cups, even though they only won 2, and they were 100 years ago. Come on, Vozinha, we're going to need you to do something now, okay? You're going to have to justify the 10 million Instagram followers. Do it for your mom, Vozinha. Oh my God. Why is there a gaping hole in the wall? Why is there a gaping hole in the wall? Valverde, miss. Miss. I don't like that hole in the wall. Oh, thank God. Just over the bar. Whew. That was close. That was close. Oh, it was about a foot over the bar. All right. Come on, Cabo. All right, we're at 90 minutes now. Yeah, that was maybe a foot over the bar. Oh, it's showing the previous one. And then Steven Moreira clears it off the line with his head. I don't know. They haven't told us yet how many minutes have been allotted for extra time. Man, if I'm Cabo Verde, just go to ground. Cramping, injuries, whatever you got to do, guys. Ooh, he pushed him into the sideboard. 8 minutes. 8 minutes, guys. We have to suffer for 8 more minutes here. Eight minutes, boys. We got this. Is it Cape Verde or Cabo Verde? I get confused. Cape Verde is just the English translation of Cabo Verde because Cabo means Cape. Actually, the English translation would be Green Cape. That's what it would be in English. Oh my God. Here comes Cabo Verde. Ah, stolen. Drop. Get back, guys. Oh my God. Get back into your block and be quick. You're killing me right now. Oh, he's beaten. He's beaten. Oh, oh, that was so close. Uruguay almost scored. Whew. Right across the box. Yeah, guys, don't even try to attack. Just dump it. Dump it into the opposite corner as hard and as far away as you can. Oh, Vozinha should have gotten to that. It went right under his hands. Oh my God. Valverde was like an inch away from connecting with that. An inch, guys. An inch. Come on, Cabo. Hold the ball. You don't need to attack right now. Just hold the ball. Oh my God. Oh my God. Shot blocked. And now you've lost possession. That's the danger. Oh, good tackle, though. Shit. 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 He's through. Oh, he missed. Yes. Let's go. He missed. He missed. That's the problem. You give away the ball and you're in an attacking shape like that. I would just try to keep possession. I mean, I guess they want to go for the 3 points, but man. That was stressful. That was stressful, man. Yeah, it was a silly giveaway. And then they tried to clear it, but it ended up dropping. Oh, it wasn't even close. Oh, it wasn't even close. To be fair, there was good pressure from Lopez. Now he gets a yellow card? For what? Foul on Cabo Verde. Good. Take your time. Take your time. 3 draws and they're out. They need to win one. Yeah, but you have a much better chance of beating Saudi Arabia. You have much better chance of beating Saudi Arabia. Although this Uruguay team also looks ripe for the taking. Whoa, they're in the box. Shoot! Oh, too soft and straight at the keeper. Dang, a better shot, and that's 3-2. Nice. Nice. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Uruguay throw. 4 minutes, guys. 4 minutes. Man, Bielsa is on total fraud watch. 2 draws with Saudi Arabia and Cabo Verde. It's bad news. It's not over yet, though. They still could score here. They have 3 minutes. Clear it. Just get it out of there. Just get it out of there. Oh. He completely missed the tackle. Cabo Verde are through. Oh, my God. They're through. Oh. Penalty. No. Corner. Oh, my God. How is that not a penalty? That looked like a penalty. Let me see if he got the ball on the replay. Let me see the replay here. He goes past his man. He didn't get the ball, did he? Maybe he did get the ball. No, he got the ball. He got the ball. Okay. I would not take this corner long. But I guess they're going to. Cleared, and now they're susceptible to the counterattack. This is the problem. Good, they got it back in the mix. Gotta admire the bravery, I have to say. Cross. Oh, that's way too deep. Hold it in the corner. What, guys? Take the draw here. I love the courage. It's very cool to see. But I'm just worried they're going to get hit in transition. No, it wasn't a penalty, guys. He got the ball. Yeah, they're going for the win. I absolutely love that. It's dangerous, but man, you got to love it. I guess they figure a draw, even if they lose, a draw to Saudi Arabia, it's not enough. Okay, free kick to Cabo Verde in the dying minutes of the game, guys. In the dying minutes of the game, what if they score this? That would be unbelievable if they score this. Then Uruguay would have to beat Spain to qualify. They could technically get away with a draw against Spain right now, maybe. But I don't know. Guys, I'm nervous like this is a USMNT game. This is crazy. Oh, crazy shot from distance. Drop back. Get back, you guys. There's 1 minute left. 1 minute. Vozinha, grab it. Good. Pick it up. We're so close, guys. We're so close. Just hold the ball. Wow, they really going for this win. All right, goal kick for Uruguay. Everybody just drop back and get the draw. You can go for the win against Saudi, but just hold the draw right now. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't already hit it. Got another super chat to read here. Is Bielsa still sitting on those coolers? Yes, he is. He's been on the cooler the whole game. He loves those coolers. Come on. It's 8 minutes, ref. We're 8 minutes in. I guess for the corners, he's giving extra. Go into the corner flag with it. Go into the corner flag with it. Free kick. Free kick for Cabo Verde. Oh, my God. What are they going to do with this? Last kick of the game, potentially? I mean, now you probably got to score this, right? Now you put everybody in the box. Watch Vozinha come up for this. They're all going to come up for it. Whoa, he blew the whistle before the free kick. Full time. Cabo Verde have secured a 2-2 draw with Uruguay. After a 0-0 draw with Spain, they now have a 2-2 draw, an absolute Cinderella story. And they could technically get out of the group if they draw Saudi Arabia. But if they beat Saudi Arabia, they could actually win. They could actually get out of the group easily. If Uruguay beats Spain, well, no, because Uruguay also has a few draws. It's close. But I don't think Uruguay is going to beat Spain. So they could get second in the group if they beat Saudi Arabia. Very cool. This is a very cool story. Love to watch it. We might do that. We're definitely going to do the live watch along for the final game because Cabo Verde could get out of this group 100%. Look at Chicharito. He's so happy to be on TV. All right, guys. That was fun. My voice is going. Have a great one, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, let me tell you which one I'm going to do tomorrow. Let me check. Tomorrow I'm going to do... Ooh. There's Argentina, Austria, but I think Tack's going to do that one. France, Iraq, doubtful. I think I'm going to do Norway, Senegal tomorrow at 5 p.m. Norway, Senegal tomorrow at 5 p.m. Hit the like button before you leave, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, also tomorrow, the 9 a.m. Pacific time, the Turkey preview is dropping. So make sure you go watch that too. All right. See ya.